Alright, keep that going. Alright, there we go. Someone finally listened. Keep it going, because I'm the best comedian you guys are going to see in the next 15 minutes. My name is Stephen LeBlanc, and for those of you thinking, that's a pretty redundant last name, you're right. For those of you scratching your head right now, what's redundant mean? Well, if I called you stupid, that would be redundant. And for those of you still scratching your head, what's LeBlanc mean? LeBlanc is a French last name for the white. Right. Coming to the spotlight here, you guys aren't blind. You could all tell when I came up on stage. Clearly, I'm French. The accent kind of gives it away, I'm sure. Yeah, that's something people always felt the need to point out when they met me and be like, oh, LeBlanc, that's the white. And after 26 years of that, all I can respond with now is, it's a good thing you read the crayon before you ate it. A little more about myself here. I'm from Cape Breton. That's where Glace Bay is, in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, that was the quietest whistle I've ever heard. I don't know if that came from way in the back or right here. Glace Bay is, for those of you who don't know, it's, there it is. I'm saying something, right? Glace Bay, is that it? Are you from Glace Bay? Guess not. Okay, no whistle. Anyways, Cape Breton is it's a beautiful island to visit, but it's a shithole to grow up in. The reason it's such a shithole to grow up in is because nothing successful has ever come out of Cape Breton. Unless you count success as, the biggest environmental disaster in Canada. Terracons at number 1, thank you. Or the highest unemployment rate ever, I think. Yeah, unemployment would actually hit 100% if someone didn't have to hand out the welfare checks. Actually, there's one person employed in all of Cape Breton. I guess they're all our boss. But, I had a pretty good growing up in Cape Breton because I was considered one of the rich kids. Both my parents had jobs. It's minimum wage times 2 for those of you who can't count. But, I had an easy growing up, but I'd still get made fun of at school and stuff like that because I was considered one of the outcasts because even though both my parents had jobs, neither of them were alcoholics. That of course just means I didn't have any bruises to compare to anyone else, all my friends at school. The laughter stopped there. You can laugh. My friends were imaginary. I don't want to belittle my parents by saying that they made minimum wage and everything. They were great to me. They were very successful in their own fields, but their fields just weren't that lucrative. Like, my father was a carpenter. And when you think about other famous carpenters, like, look who he has to compete with, right? Jesus. But my father's real, so... Why the long delay in that one? Jesus, who's that? Oh! Yeah. Do you ever wonder though, if when Jesus was carrying that cross? I don't mean to get religious on you guys, but since he was a carpenter and all, he knew he was fucked. It's like, oh no! It's a dovetail joint. I'm never getting off this. I wonder if he actually did say that. That last word, it's probably in Hebrew or Latin or something like that. But, come to think of it, there was one successful person from Cape Breton. You guys may have heard of her, Rita McNeil. Yeah. Wow, someone is a big fan. Rita's great, but, she never got famous by leaving the island. Because she'd go on tour and then her gravity would bring the island with her. It's of course the reason we built the causeway. Gotta keep it anchored in place. That's Cape Breton in a nutshell, though, for you. Is you should all go visit, because I guarantee you'll get there and you'll all say one thing once you're done. It's the people are so nice there. Because we fucking have to be. We depend on your tourism, because your tax dollars is the only thing that pays our wages. But, that's some jokes for you, and I don't know if you guys can tell, because that went over surprisingly well, but I'm extremely new to comedy. I've been doing it for, I think it's like 6-7 months now. And when I started writing jokes and trying to think of jokes, you start to realize a lot of them come from social situations, and that's extremely difficult for me because I'm an engineering student. And, our biggest social situation is when we try to recite more than 50 digits of pi. Just sad, right? But then I started to think, like, what other jokes are there? And then it's like, oh, there's sex jokes. That doesn't work either. Engineering student, right? In a school of 90% guys, the only fucking going on there is fucking myself. It's a little embarrassing. But then there's the other jokes, right? To go with sex jokes, relationship jokes. But you're a smart audience, you figured it out. I'm single. Yeah. I'm single by choice, though, right? I have to tell you that. It's no girl has chosen to be with me. Not my choice, but a choice nonetheless. Then there's some other jokes, right? There's race jokes. But I'm white. What am I going to talk about? How easy it is to get a cab. Maybe how I don't understand what the driver's saying once I'm in it. I can tell you it's how easy it is to go through airport security, but some of you guys might not be able to relate. It's actually so easy to go through airport security, I could go dressed up as one of those bombs from Mario. Just walk right up to the security gate. The security's like, oh, hold on. I'll just whip out my passport. LeBlanc. Go on through, sir. Clearly no problems here. Yeah, there are jokes that I can't really tell, right? But as you guys figured out from the beginning, I can tell jokes about my family. And these ones in particular are about my cousin's kids. And I got to meet them all over Christmas, and it was awesome. I found out that I love little kids, right? But I wouldn't want any of my own. And if you want a good reason why I don't want any of my own, go to Toys R Us any weekend, and it's packed with kids screaming their heads off. They're all there by themselves, too. Makes me believe parents just use it as a babysitter, right? And they're just like, here you go, little Timmy. I'm going to go drink the thoughts of you away. It makes perfect sense when you think about it, though, right? Because no kid is going to leave a room full of toys. And nobody's going to steal your screaming child. It's easy enough to get a quiet one with candy in a van at any playground. Too far, alright, child abuse doesn't work. At Toys R Us, though, there's the kids, and they're always hogging one thing that pisses me off, and it's the video game displays. Because I want to play these new games. I'm a student, I'm too cheap to buy them. And it's a piss off because you've got to wait so long, and then when you do finally play against these kids, you find out really quickly they fucking suck. It's another reason I couldn't have kids. I could never love my son if he was that bad at video games. Just picture every Saturday afternoon when you're beating him at the video games. You gotta listen to him whine and complain about how bad he's losing, and the off chance he beats you. Those whiny 12-year-olds on Xbox Live's bad enough, so now you gotta explain to social services why you just punched your kid in the face. It's tough to get out of. And you're probably gonna end up with child support payments. It's tough. But yeah, that's stuff I like to do with my cousins. Not beat them, play video games with them. And, we'll play superheroes and stuff, because who doesn't like wearing capes, right? But that's stuff the boys like to do, but I feel like I have to include the girls, because if I started this story with, I get to meet all my little cousins, and I found out I love little boys. Oh, you guys would all think I was a Catholic priest now. Clearly, you guys can tell just by looking at me, I'm not a Catholic priest, right? One arm looks like Popeye just pounded down some spinach, the other looks like a piece of spaghetti. For those of you not laughing, that's a masturbation joke, and priests aren't allowed to do that. That's some jokes, that's some jokes about my family and everything, but jokes I'd really like to talk about, like recent events and news articles and stuff like that. Like, one of them that was a few months ago, you may have heard GM describing their Hummer brand. Nobody. Alright, I'll tell you all about it, it's great. There's an upside and a downside to this though, right? Because the upside, of course, is Greenpeace shut the fuck up for a few minutes. And the downside is now we won't know douchebags are coming until they're right on top of us with their Ed Hardy and pop collar t-shirts. Yeah, fuck Ed Hardy. But then it's just too late, right? You might get hit by a fist pump or poked in the eye with a frosted tip. But before they actually scrapped the Hummer brand, they tried to sell it to a Chinese company. And if you guys ever saw a Chinese person drive, you know they need a vehicle that can take a few hits. It's not their fault though, right? They can't see as well as the rest of us. Yeah, and then, of course, the number one, this is why they wanted to sell it to the Chinese company, is the number one seller for Hummers is penis envy. Yeah. Some other things in the news you guys may have heard about. UN recently announced that there are 925 malnourished, starving people on Earth. I read that. What? I had no idea there were that many contestants on America's Next Top Model. I didn't know the show was that popular. Really didn't. But, another thing, this is actually really recently. Do you guys know what Segways are? Yeah, those wicked little scooters that go half walking pace. The owner of the company died in a Segway crash. Yep, there's more. As if that's not funny enough. He drove it off a cliff. I don't know if you guys know Segways or cliffs, but cliffs don't jump out of nowhere. It's not like he was driving along that thing. It was like, oh, nice day out, look at the birds. Holy shit, a cliff, I'm falling to the most ironic death ever. No, he had more than enough time to just be like, holy shit, a cliff, the brakes are out. That was a close one. They go at half walking pace. But then further down the article, it said that he was in, this guy's leaving. It was like, he was my uncle. Sorry. Further down the article, there was it said that he was on an off-road prototype. So instead of going at half walking pace, I guess he went at walking pace, right? So, can't make decisions that quickly if you invested in Segways. But yeah, my last little news bit here is, it's not really a news thing, but it's a viral video that's been around. You guys may have seen it. It was like an artist. He took a picture of a Happy Meal every day for 180 days. And nothing happened. It looked the same at the end as the beginning. And I think it's supposed to gross us out, but being an engineer and very conservative thinking, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, holy shit, what am I wasting my money on groceries for? I don't need a fridge anymore. This is awesome. That's all I've got for you guys, though.